Hello everyone, welcome back to Mauke Pe Hai Chauka. Today it's a very special episode for me and Taha because we got a very special friend of our Veenura from Sri Lanka. And first we would like to thank him. Thank you so much Veenura for giving us your valuable time to discuss about Sri Lankan cricket team because we as Pakistani know that Sri Lankans have always been have a brotherly attitude towards Pakistan, especially when it comes to the politics or the cricket or whatever. They are very kind and gentle. So thank you so much, Venura, for coming onto our show and giving us your valuable
Yeah,
time.
thank you, Sharos. As always, it's a pleasure to be talking to you about cricket because I know you
Yeah.
are a big fan and you
Thank you.
always wanting Pakistan to
And
win.
and I will let everyone know that that's the first time when Venura is coming live on any channel. We made a special request to him, and hopefully we'll be seeing him more on this channel whenever Pakistan will visit Sri Lanka or Sri Lanka will visit Pakistan. Hopefully, so Taha and Venura, the question that I have today it's a very important question in terms for the Sri Lankan cricket team that there was a time when we Pakistani used to remember at least 15 or 20 Sri Lankan playing cricketers. You can name them the legends of the game, Sanat Jayasuriya, Tilakratne Dilshan, the magnificent Sangakkara, then the Jayawardene, Thilan Samravira, excellent test match player. Then you had Angelo Matthews. Dinesh Chandimal is still playing, but then you had Muthaya Muralidharan, the seam and swing of Chaminda Was and the control of Chaminda Was, Dilhara Fernando. So these were the players we used to see, and especially I was a bowler. I used to copy these players. Like Dilhara Fernando had a high arm action. He had a pace also. He used to be sometimes a bit expensive, but he had a good pace as well. But till the 11 World Cup and also till 2014 when they won their first World Cup under the captaincy of Lasith Malinga, they were actually team to beat. That was a golden age of Sri Lankan cricket team. Whenever Pakistan used to visit Sri Lanka, it used to be so tough to beat them at their home, or whenever they visited our country. It used to have very exciting series with them, with the likes of Rangna Herat. After Muli retired, you had Rangna Herat. Like you had a backup plan as well till 2014. So I would like Vanura to comment on the golden age of Sri Lankan cricket team first, and then what happened suddenly, Vanura? What happened to Sri Lanka that now we hardly remember any of the names? Like I still remember Angelo Matthews, but he has been injury prone in his career. He had a great career ahead of him, but because of injury, his career got reduced. Then we had Dinesh Chandimal. He used to play like Umar Akmal. But then, like Umar Akmal, he faded away. He couldn't reach the level that Jayasuriya or Jayawardene reached in Sri Lankan cricket team. So, Venura, would you like to tell us what happened with Sri Lankan cricket team suddenly, and bit about the golden age of that Sri Lankan cricket team that carried from the Arjuna Ranatunga till Sangakkara?
Yes, Sharos. So first, everyone likes to hear about the golden age, and
Yeah.
I think the the platform was set at back then because even though we were not playing World Cup cricket, we had a history of playing cricket. So I come from a school that is having a history of 160 odd years. So we
Oh,
have
okay.
the second oldest cricket game, even before the Ashes started. So
Okay.
that's the amount of history we have about on cricket.
Yeah.
So starting from there, even though we didn't play international level, we had the skill back then. Although we didn't have the coaching structures. So I think one point I have to mention is like back then everyone, like when the 1996 World Cup came about, what changed first was our coaching. So we had Dave Watmore as coach. So he transformed our coaching to that international standards, like the fitness levels. So that's how we started. We had the talent back then, as I said, like cricketers like Aravinda De Silva. So he's like our greatest batsman ever. Even Kumar Sangakkara says that. Like even Sanadeera says.
If he says that, that's a big thing.
So you would remember the World Cup finals where he hit a century.
It happened in Lahore.
Yeah. So that's the golden age for me, and that inspired a lot of people, even for me to play cricket back then. Although I didn't play much, because I remember when I was like 5-year-old, everyone's parent, when we won the World Cup, they wanted every child to go and play cricket, nothing else.
Pakistan.
So they all took that's how like inspired us to play cricket. And then we got the era of Sanath Jayasuryas, Mavanatha Pattu, Muralidharan, and then going forward, like I think we made it to like 3 finals in a row.
And exactly.
Ultimately won the second World Cup. I mean the T20s in 2014.
T20 World Cup, 14.
So that's how if you look at our history, that's how it planned out. And coming to this generation, what I see, what change was, I think the quality of cricket, the quality of the domestic cricket has like gone down so fast, because we have around, I think, 12 teams playing in the first class level. So that dilutes all the quality of cricket. So if you take Australia, you have how many? I think 4 or 5.
Only 5. The whatever states they have, they only play
so
like that.
That says a lot. Like we only have a small pool to select from, but we have like 12 teams, and that makes all the quality go down. And when the quality goes down, even the batsmen, like the potential batsmen like Chandimal, who would be facing the best, wouldn't be facing the best. So ultimately, the cricket standards go down. Even though when we were winning, when Mahela Sangha was playing, we qualified for the finals, but our that's the crop. That was good, but the bottom level was falling. That's what happened.
That's what happened. Okay. Thank you so much, Veenura, for giving your valuable insight on Sri Lankan cricket team, and especially the domestic structure that in Pakistan we have also changed a bit. We like in Sri Lanka, we had a big pool of teams in a small country, and there were so many players. And like you said, that the one thing I like, that Chandimal, who would be facing the best of the bowler in the domestic structure, wouldn't be facing the best. He'll be facing some mediocre bowlers maybe, and he'll be a player, So, Taha, I would like to ask you that, like Veenura said about domestic structure, we are facing that same thing in Pakistan. The quality has somehow gone down. That's why we are not having those star players in the team, that used to have an impact on the world cricket. So would you like to relate this Sri Lankan cricket team somehow with the Pakistani cricket team? Especially how you remember the Sri Lankan golden age? First, tell me about that. And then can you relate that we are having same problem as Sri Lankan cricket team in Pakistan?
Thank you so much, Rose, for putting up this question. As far as I remember regarding the golden age of Sri Lankan cricket, players like Sanath Jayasuryya and Kalu Vidarna, they basically they changed the nature of the game by setting such a trend in which aggressive cricket used to be played by the openers in the first 10 overs. So that is how I remember the Sri Lankan cricket. Jayasuryya was a star, and we were all very passionate fans.
Sorry to interrupt you. I like the Upal Tharanga as well. He used to be a very good player.
Yeah, Upal Tharanga was also following into the footsteps of Sanat Jasuria. But if you remember from 97 onwards till the 2011 World Cup, Sanat Jasuria, Dilshan, they basically used to play very aggressive cricket in the first 10 overs, which used to set a platform for Sangakkara, Javardhane, and in the early days, there was Russell Arnold as well. He also used to play a crucial role in the middle order. So that is how I remember the golden period of Sri Lankan cricket. And also, you cannot rule out the fantastic swing bowling of Chaminda Vasa. I still remember how he used to capture Herschel Gibbs with his outswing and with his inswing, because he was a very you could say a mega star in Sri Lanka, a very big asset for the team as far as fast bowling is concerned. Although Lasith Malinga was there as far as express bowling was concerned, but the initial, you could say, the golden period of fast bowling for Sri Lankan cricket began with Chaminda Vas and Zoisa. I hope you remember him as well.
Yeah, Zoisa. Yeah.
He was very good as well and used to trouble Pakistani batsmen a lot. So that is how I remember Sri Lankan cricket. I mean, they worked really hard and they were very much dedicated under the impressive leadership of Arjuna Ranatunga and Arvinda De Silva. And they used to have a very stylish batsman in form of Marwan Atapattu. I loved his cover drives. So that is...
sorry, I'm interrupting you again. The Golden Age. If you both remember that Asia Cup that was held in Pakistan, the final was in Karachi. Ajanta Mendes, you remember, he just demolished Indian settled side, Sehwag, Tendulkar. There were so many star players, but Ajanta Mendes took 6 wickets and he just...
I remember Javardhane quoting in a post-match ceremony that Sri Lanka cricket is full of world quality, world-class spinners. If Murli is leaving, then we have Herat and we have Ajanta Mendes. So Ajanta Mendes was in the Sri Lankan army as well. I mean, he was selected from there. You will agree with me. So coming on to how we can relate the Sri Lankan team with Pakistan domestic structure. Yes, we have changed the domestic structure, but as you were saying that there were 12 teams. There are 12 teams in their domestic circuit. Similarly, in Pakistan, we used to have departments and thousands of people playing cricket. But our Premier, our patron-in-chief, Mr. Imran Khan, he thought that if you have so many teams and so many players fitting into the domestic circuit, then the quality of cricket will go down because players would be easily selected and their standards will not be up to the international mark. Once you have lesser number of teams, then there would be strict competition, strict criteria, and people who would make to those teams will work hard and only the potential talent will be selected. But that somehow faded away our club cricket because a lot of people who were playing domestic were part of the departments. The departments were abolished and now they are only the you could say the professional ones or ones who were very good in the domestic circuit are being selected in the regional cricket. So now we only have regional cricket, department cricket is almost finished. And then in the lower tier, we don't even have school cricket or those clubs that are being majorly financed or sponsored by the PCB. The clubs which are mostly running, they are running on their own investment. So the gap we are facing, I don't know if Sri Lankan cricket is facing that as well, that our school cricket does not exist up to the international standards that exist in India or Australia. Then we don't have quality club cricket and then we don't have department cricket. So we only have...
I don't want to add something. I think it's if you take Sri Lankan cricket, the school structures are, I think it's all right.
Okay.
It's up to the international standard. But
okay.
Going forward, because there's a lot of investments of schools cricket because of the history. We have like battles going on. Because of the history, we have matches.
Yeah.
So I think, and the investment poured into school cricket has made that to the international level. So going forward from that, like especially the age 23 category, where like all this school leavers and like the people who work, that's the main issue because a lot of people coming from outstations from Colombo to Colombo,
Yeah.
they have to be picked in one club team to play.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they
Okay.
have no incentive to play cricket at all.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
end up staying
Yeah.
back
So,
in their
but
weekend.
unfortunately, we don't have any school cricket left. As Taha was saying, I would agree to Taha that in
Is it
Pakistan,
because you have too many schools, or they don't have a structure at all? Like,
They don't have
Taha,
a
would you like to
structure.
comment on that?
They don't have a structure. Basically, they don't have a structure, and then again, there is a monopoly of private schools, and they don't.
Yeah. Government
They are
schools and
mostly
like that.
focused towards the studies, the academics.
Sorry.
They're not following basically the sports area, and they're not encouraging students to perform well in the sports. Somehow, that would result in getting them a sports
Like
that doesn't exist. Mostly they are related to the academic criteria. The students they put their efforts into getting good
and
good
and
marks.
to add it more, if you get good marks in academics, you'll get a scholarship. It's not like in the same like in the sports, like someone, or you'll hardly see any one of the student in the university, in the whole university of around 50,000 students studying there. He'll have one scholarship and that's it. So that's not how you encourage young people. You need to give sports scholarship to the people, like in Australia you see, or like in India you see, and you need to show them a path. Okay, you are good in cricket. You need to follow this as your profession, like, because in our country, it is said that don't follow your passion as profession. So that might be the problem. Yes,
Few of the public sector schools, they are investing into sports and they are encouraging students to perform well in sports. But mostly in Pakistan, the majority of the population, they are admitting their students into their children into private schools, whose priority is not sports or cricket, even though it is the most loved sport in Pakistan. But as far as the grassroots structure is concerned, it is pretty weak unless PCB collaborates with the institutions or
potential sponsors and
other than that, the institutions or the corporations, they are running cricket on their own, and they don't have much investment to basically convert into a quality standard. So that is how I can relate the Sri Lankan cricket with Pakistan cricket, that the domestic structure.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the rise of the shorter format? Has that impacted your cricket as well, like the IPL and Major League
and
all around the world?
Absolutely. Yeah. Nowadays, we see Pakistani batsmen being selected on the basis of their performance in the Pakistan Super League. So they are being selected
even in the test matches. Yeah.
Even in the not so in the test matches, but in the one day they are being selected on the basis of their performance in the T20. So T20 is entirely different. The approach is different. The method is different. The skill is different. So that is why once they enter into that ODI format, they fail to perform. So, but that is the drawback. You don't have quality formats or tournaments going on in the country, which is why you need to make the PSL the basis of any selection. So that needs to be changed. But I hope with the appointment of the new, with the appointment of
one
the new
suggestion,
chairman,
please.
With the appointment of the new chairman, the ODI format will be enhanced as far as the domestic circuit is concerned. So then quality will be the quality basically the quality cricket quality of the cricket can be improved.
Yeah. So I would like to Veenura asked the question about the introduction of shorter league. So I would like to conclude it like that way. Now the players are looking for more money in a quick time, like everyone else. So, but like in India, you see they pay their domestic players a lot. Like in the Ranji Trophy or something like that, or Mushtaq Ali Trophy, they pay them that much that they don't need to play any other leagues. Like you'll see Sri Lankans and Pakistani players playing Big Bash, county leagues in English summer and something like that, but you won't see any Indian players because why they're getting paid that much. So this was about the Sri Lankan golden age, and then Veenura gave his very valuable insight on the Sri Lankan cricket team, and then Taha concluded it well with relating it to the Pakistani cricket team as well. And